Hello, I'm Aaron Scott with Web Video Ad Space. This is Live with Ahryn, where I take a couple minutes to share a tip or trick or idea to help you increase your sales using digital marketing strategies. Today, we are going to look at choice overload. So there's a great classic experiment in sociology that's been picked up by marketers and advertisers, and it was an experiment done in a specialty grocery store in Northern California, and the setup of the experiment is basically like this. They had a display of jams, like a sampling table, and in the first setup, they had, I've got this already written out. No reason to have to remember it. So in the first setup, they've got 24 flavors, 24 different varieties of jam. You can come up to the table, get a sample, and then they'll give you a $1 off coupon for the purchase of any of the jams on display. In the second setup, it's a choice of 6 different flavors. And so what we can do is, what they did is they looked at what were the conversion rates of the people who went up to the table with 24 options, and then what were the conversion rates of people who went up to the table with 6 options. And so what we basically got is, for the display with 24 choices, 145 people came up. Number of people who bought was 4, and I guess that's an average of 4%. I'm not sure the math is right there, but that's where I got. I did not do that math. That's not my math. That's internet math. The display of 6 choices. So the display of 6 choices was 104 people. Less people came. Maybe it's not as exciting. But 31 people redeemed the coupon, leading to 31%. So this is very rounded percentages. Overall, though, regardless of the funky math, the redemption and conversion process with fewer choices paid off. More choices leads to confusion often. So the reason why I wanted to present this today, make you aware of this experiment, is that oftentimes we try to say too much and offer too many choices, too many things to think about, too many things to have to believe in. And especially in your initial ad. So you can add on a lot of benefits on a sales page when they're trying to make one decision about one thing. You can add lots of benefits. But when we're trying to get people's attention right from the get-go, we don't want to introduce lots of different options. We want to keep those number of things that they can do really limited. The fewer the better, typically. So it's just there's always a balancing act between, do we say more or do we say less? In an ad especially, it really gets down to limiting those things that we talk about, limiting the number of things that we ask the prospect to pay attention to process, and to believe. So just try to focus in on what's the most exciting element that you're trying to present, and then let them discover 24 additional flavors further down their shopping experience. Don't give it to them all at once. So that's it. It's a classic experiment in marketing, advertising, sociology. I think I learned about it from Dan Ariely and his book, Predictably Irrational. So classical economics theory would say that the more choices you have, the more sales you're going to make. There's going to be something for everybody. And that something for everybody, common sense, often leads to economic realities that are not in our favor. So it's just something to consider. Thought it was pretty interesting. There's always a tendency sometimes to throw in everything in the kitchen sink. This is a reminder, don't throw everything in the kitchen sink. It's going to confuse people. There's going to be choice overload. Some people call it the paradox of choice. So that's it for today. Hope that was helpful, interesting, insightful. Thanks for joining me. I will be back here tomorrow. If you get a chance, please like, comment, or share. It is much appreciated. Catch you on the next one.